okay? This is for all the noobs playing campaign who are bad, but we're going to make them good. We're going to go over some games and mistakes we saw and how to tighten it up, because a lot of these maps are repeated. Well, they're all repeated, so, and we're going to run a lot of standard openers, so there's probably some rotations we'll get used to, and some plays you're going to have to get used to making. Let's start. The first 5 games of Team 1 were just shit. I think we lost like 3 out of the 5 of them, and like we just YOLO'd and died anyway, so there's no point in reviewing them. So hopefully I started at the 6th game or something, and we'll just go from here. We're on proc. Before every game, if you're actually like trying to get better and watching this video, like look at our comp and decide what you would do. We have an EBR, which means we have to play West. If you don't understand why we have to play West, well, I don't know what to tell you. We're seeing my POV, but the POV doesn't matter, okay? We're looking at the overall battle. In fact, I might do this. I will do this. So we are all pushing the middle because taking a mid brawl, especially with our comp, is awesome. What do we need to do if we see nothing in the middle? You'll see our EBR is allowed to get super deep. Like if he spotted something, we just all kill it. Maybe an STB goes into the bull. He doesn't spot anything. We know they have to be over on the east. What do we need to do? We need to get ready for cap resets. We are in a super powerful position. The hill barely matters if we have K7 and A6. So if you're on proc and you see this, you need to understand that the tanks that are playing it, that you're getting ready for cap resets. So you're going to load some HE, take down all of those buildings. And Troll, who's in the EBR here, really wants to take out to A9, which is over here, like way up there on that hill. Why does he want to do that? Because it's basically free resets all day. Now, can he do that if they have someone A6? No, he can't. But if they want to commit someone A6 while they're capping, we should recognize that Troll can just rotate south. We could send like an STB and maybe the BZ over south, retake K-line, and retake hill as we're still holding. Now, what is the danger of that? I was going to say pause, but honestly, yeah, pause. And what's the danger if, say, we're split? Maybe Troll did take A9, and we have a guy who you'll see the STB rotating down to K7. What's the danger if they're on cap? The danger is if we're all huddled up here and here, they just re-push onto that from cap. So you really don't want to do that. Ideally, you should probably have someone at this rock, and maybe 1-2 here, 1-2 there. But you can't push up too early, especially like here. Like Log is actually going a little too, well, he's not because like we're all there, but you really do want to be together here. So let's keep going. And you can see I'm gonna go take the inside. The STB is going down to K6. The STB, whoever plays, and we are HAing down the buildings, the STB, whoever plays down south, should always recognize when they have a free chance to push in, right? Like, for example, if they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tanks here, and then 2 tanks on hill, but they're on their side of hill right here, like they're actually on hill, the STB can almost always, like here, honestly, the STB can just go right away. Now, he didn't, because I didn't call him, and he's not played it before, but... So, okay, something bad's going to happen here if I remember correctly. Troll is in the greatest position, but he's going to get lit. That's bad. He knows he shouldn't be lit. He should probably be here, right here, instead, because he can just... Yeah, he should never get lit there. He knows that. He should be probably here, because if they it's just impossible to repush him. We should all be able to see. Like, Bo bleeding here is kind of stupid, because we don't need to do anything, right? We can all see how we have angles on everything. Troll gets resets, the STB, if they want to play further back, gets resets. And all you need to do if you get into a situation like this, and there's also no chance of them repushing, they're awful. There's 0 chance of them repushing into us because they're so split, like, and also they just won't be able to repush. That's partly why, by the way, when you're in your IS-7 and BZ and 260 and VZ, and you're playing these positions, you can't bleed, because then that makes their repush stronger. So you see our STBs going now. He could have gone way earlier, and we're just pushing in. Did we have to push in? No, but the name of the game is to end the game quickly, okay? So, like, this looks like we're gonna 7-0 them here, and it looks like we played well, but honestly, they just played like shit. Troll shouldn't have bled. The STB needs to be faster. Laker or whoever was on bow got fucked a little bit. So it was okay though, and hopefully now if you're running like this or you see an enemy running full east, you kind of know what to do. Now it changes depending on if they're not all retarded, right? If they have someone A6 or they anchor tank K7, K8, it changes. But if they do that, that's still bad for them because it's easier for you to rotate them down. It's easier for you to rotate north-south when you're on the west side of the tracks than it is for them when they're on the east side of the tracks. So that is a little thing to throw in and take into consideration. But let's, like, for example, what if they did have a tank A6, okay? Say they had a super conch in A6. Probably what I'm doing, because we'd spot that super early with Troll, you do a run here, if you're looking at the mini-map, do a run, super conch A6. You probably group most of your tank in E6 like we were. You don't put the STB south, bring the STB north unlit, maybe with the BZ or IS-7. Rotate Troll all the way south, because he can then possibly, especially if they're again on the back side of hill, he can just cross all this unlit and get here and again free resets. And then with 2 tanks in A6, push over into A6, kill the guy. Now, what happens if he's in A6 and these guys are all aiming? Well, then you need to, that's still a good trade for you, but only if all your guys mid over peak with these guys. So say you got 2 guys going over here in A6, they're going over, 4 guns of theirs are on cap looking this way. All of these guys need to super over peak, fuck it, absorb hill, and just shit on either someone looking south, sorry, looking north, or you can over peak and kill A6. That's also an option, but that's against the shit clan on proc. I'll open the next replay. Okay, so I don't remember if we win or lose this, but I think some huge misplays happen, okay? So, again, look at the comp. What would you do here? I'm leaning towards a north play with an EBR south, because an EBR can control the whole south, right? If they want to play tanks south, like 1 or 2 tanks, the EBR can just back off, and then we can push where they're not. That's the great thing about an EBR. You're lighter, but you can use that info. How I like to set it up, get a guy out here. You need at least 1 or 2 guys on this ridge. Get a guy back here and then do whatever you need. Oh yeah, we have so many misplays this fucking game. For some reason, both of our heavies start here, which is dumb, and actually Saloga doesn't. Saloga needs to stop there, right? You stop here, and this is a late game play. I'm not sure why. Yeah, and look how much they bleed for that. Okay, already things are going wrong. Our STB, Jono, should be here. He needs to be looking this way. By the way, this should be insta-1. Oh my god, I'm looking at this back, and I'm pretty sure we lose this. That infuriates me. 7 tanks in the bowl, and we lose to this. Jesus. Troll can just come all the way around. This guy in base could already move up, but we weren't sure if they're going to overpush, so I don't mind. You know, these 2 guys just should not be here. Honestly, at this point, what should have happened is these 2 guys should have been here. Maybe 1 can stay. 1 needs to rotate down. Look at my minimap. Like, come around like this. Come down. And then come up this, like, the ramp. Because then you can just get so many angles. You can come along. You're going to see me push underneath. Because if they're going to do this, you need to keep tanks underneath. I'm not sure what Log is doing there. I mentioned this in the game. Like, he's trolling pretty hard here. Like, where should he be? Everybody should know these pub spots. What counters this position, like playing high? Just sit right here. You just boost across. This hull down, because you can be hull down. You can use this mound to be hull down. It just forces everyone down. And we're getting good bleed. I'm going to speed it up here. We're actually not in a bad position. Even though these retards bled, we're not in a bad position. It's very hard for these guys to actually overpeak and do anything with Log and Laker on the outside there. So it really comes down to Troll trying to win the game for us in the EBR. And I think we miscommunicated here. And I'm pretty sure, yeah, so I told Troll to come in. He comes in and he sees the scent. Okay, so what am I doing? With Troll here and the scent got here, I mean, the STB needs to be looking for that. And I'm going to keep this going, but I just feel like STB maybe wasn't looking properly because Troll takes a lot here. Yeah. And that is a miscommunication. What should have actually happened as a caller? What should I have done? Keep Troll out here and make my play before Troll comes in. So my play is, because look how they're split, right? You need to look at this as there are 5 tanks. Oh, fuck. What the fuck did I just do? You need to look at it as though 5 tanks and 2 tanks. These 2 cents, even though they're in their base, they're actually really isolated. These 2 guys are the pick, okay? But you want to pick them with as little things as possible. So I'm going to come through here, and I'm going to go over the dip in my 277 and come up behind them and shoot them, or that's the plan. But I need Troll to be on full health, and he's not, because what you want to do is I want to come here low enough so these guys can't shoot me, but forcing them high enough to where Troll over here can shoot them, okay? And that just doesn't happen because of miscommunication, and Troll bled, and I should have done the inverse of the order that I called it. And so we end up losing, but we're actually, you can see, in a great situation. These guys are picks. And honestly, too, like one of these IS-7s, because this guy's not peeking anymore, can just come down like this and come with, or just come up here and hold that angle. You'll see that the BZ and the VZ are super far out, and 260 would be holding. So even if they pushed over on the STB, they're trading poorly for it. Now, the STB needs to be playing high at all times. Like, Jono, you saw him backing off a little bit. Like, there's no reason why he can't always be this high just looking for shots, okay? So we'll play this out. But Troll, that's unfortunate. I'm not sure. That was just Troll getting lit when he knew he shouldn't have. And we're getting okay bleed, but I'm gonna die here because I'm an idiot. And that's just gonna be the game. Ideally, and I didn't realize this at the time, but I wish the players would see this too, because now that I'm looking at it from a bird's eye view, like, why can't the 260, they're all down. The 260 can't get shot. Or actually, it should be the I-7 because he's a little healthier. Just come out, go over and come out up like this. Right? Also, this just, again, okay, what would never be the issue? Like, how does all of this get mitigated, right? Because the 260 and guys and other people and myself were getting shot from the T-57 who was playing high. What tank shits on someone if they want to play high on this ridge? It's the tank in A6. If you are playing A6 correctly, they cannot ever play this high, especially looking this way. So now that I'm thinking about it, the biggest throw was actually Log being 50 meters away from where he needed to be. And 50 meters is not a lot, but he probably missed out on 3,000 damage, and it fucked our rotations. Now, that doesn't mean Troll and my misplays or the 277 or I-7 and 260 misplays are justified. They're not. But, like, that small misplay changes the game completely. And I hope everyone can see how. Because if they can't play high, well, first of all, they're already fucked. Like, they're just in a bowl. Like, it's so annoying that we lost this. But if they can't even play high in the bowl, what can they do? They just sit here and do nothing all game while they have 2 tanks out and we pick them? I hope everyone can see how that's the case. Really upsetting game. But this was with a lot of players who hadn't played yet and campaign, and we were learning. So here it's just a go in and die. Very upsetting game, but I think a lot can be learned from that one. That's why I'm showing it. On to the next. Okay, this is a mines game. We're light, bat chat, and RHM. And a 50B, but we're fucking fast. We have a nice fast comp. We have a great hill take comp. So how do we like to take hill? Because there is a cap, right? You need to remember that there's the cap over there. So you can't just all go hill because you'll get triple capped. So what you want to do if you want to take a hill brawl is you need to all start going hill. And based on what you see, you need to then wrap around. You can see me pinging it there. Wrap around with enough. You can go either side. I chose 3-1 split, I believe. Or all go one side, but you can't just all go hill. Okay? So, and I think I died pretty quick. Oh, I remember what happens. We don't see anyone hill. So you're going to see our tanks actually push through here, right? We're not going hill with these heavies because they can't do anything. These guys can stay hill, and Troll bleeds a little too much again. So does our bat. Like, our bat shouldn't take a shot there. There's no need to take a shot. And this should already be the game 1. Okay. Why don't I back up here? Like, why aren't I just... Like, why do I want to get my clip out? And we're going to see what happens. Wow, what a bad shot. Jesus Christ. Oh my god, what a bad shot again. I'm not going to get my clip out. Okay, this loses them the game. What the fuck is this? 3 tanks looking at a 50B while everyone else is getting giga push. Like, all of our heavies are shit pushing into the cap. You can see this 5A is going to die. I actually think he doesn't die quickly. Troll's doing what he can. Ideally, actually, Troll should try to look for shots here, but I don't think he actually has any. Bad Chat needs to fall. We'll see if he falls quickly. But the heavies are just YOLO pushing into the cap, kill the car, and then basically sit on cap, right? Because we have hill. If these guys all want to drive towards the 50B, then their back guy gets killed, this guy gets killed, and then the enemy, us, are on cap, and then they have to re-drive back onto cap with an RHM, farming them from the hill the whole way. Look at these idiots. They send 3 people to kill me. And I don't know what the fuck was happening with that 5A, but it's... Oh, fuck me, man. What is this? You need to play as a unit. Sergeant and Saloga look like they're playing the game, although Saloga needs to be where... Sergeant is the only one where he should be right now, by the way. Like, why is Saloga looking for this guy? Go on to cap. This is the... these are the picks. These, like, let these guys fucking chase and kill the 50B. Who gives a fuck? It's 3 tanks out of the fight, and this guy came south, too. These 2 guys do not need to stay here. It looks like someone may have bounced the 5A or something, because he should instantly blow up, especially with a back clip. But the back can also call that he can kill the 5A in, when he's clipped in whatever 5 seconds, or RHM could too. You can't stop. You need to be one massive blob, a fucking tumor of 4 heavies just rolling into the Caro and CS. And we only win this because they're shit. And oh my god, this doesn't... Okay, look. This doesn't seem like a big deal, but it is. 2 heavies just not moving is huge. Because why is it's a 2v2 when it could be a 4v2? And guess what? A 2v2 is a lot more losable, especially when we're gonna have me picked. Them picking me stupid. Like, I'm fine trading my tank here. And now I think I started yelling at them. I'm like, yeah, I'm pinging to start fucking going. I don't want... Fucking Christ. Oh, can I? Oh, no. Okay. So now the KPZ, Log, and Jono finally started going, but Broken, who was the only one who made the correct play, he's now on fucking 800 hit points because his other heavies didn't come with him, and he might lock his tank now, right? And so they want to take kill. Who cares? Let them. Troll can fall off, and then we just play for cap. I actually don't think the Bat Chat really needs to be peeking here. He decided to. I think he just ends up locking his tank. I think the Bat Chat just plays right here until they're forced to come in. But it doesn't matter. Troll's gonna lock. It's just an RHM. It doesn't matter. And that one's done. So, again, like heavies, when it's a... You know it's gonna be a blob push, right? Because you're 4 stacked and you need to take cap. You know you have to push like that. Or at the very least, 3 heavies should have pushed across, and then 1 could have came where Jano was to hold their recross. That's at the very, very least. Or was it Saloga? I don't remember who. But, like, just 2 and 2 is just retarded, and I hope it never happens again. Alright, next one. Oh god, so this is against the same clan on the same side that we just lost against. And we've got a Manticore. Let's see if we can play this better. We can easily do a similar sort of thing, right? Like, a lot of these, whatchamacallits, openers are standard for a reason. You're going to see we're going to put the Chief and KPZ immediately here. That's super powerful. Like, this position cannot be overstated enough if you're playing North and if they're playing North. Not sure what that's my alarm. Not sure what this guy's doing. He's trolling. Do you see how exactly where I am, by the way? They can't play high. Look, this guy is low, and I still have shots on him. Now, the only reason I'm here, by the way, the hull down is actually here. You park your tank like this. But I wanted to get the shot because he's going to fall back, right? And I just gotten here. And we're getting nice bleed. Okay. Okay, now what's the play? Okay. We see isolation. We see their heavies pushing like this. These guys can stay high. We need to pick these 2 guys. We have a couple options. As these guys keep going west, these guys can come over and we can get our heavies up here. Manti and Batchat can easily hold south. So that's kind of what you're going to see here, although we don't do it properly. Okay, Chieftain and KPZ are going. That's good. Okay, I like Chieftain going. I like KPZ going. But Chieftain has to keep going, and I think he stops, right? You are pushing the outside in a full health heavy. You cannot stop for shots, because what the fuck happens? Now they can't, because we're actually in such good positions. These guys are high, like what they're going to do, push high, and it's a Manticore and a Batchat. They just can't get pushed. But what happens if a heavy group could have been pushed, right? KPZ doesn't need to stop either. KPZ actually should be at least here right now, and oh my god, imagine the KPZ didn't stop, and he's here, and the Chief is here as this guy's running away. Like, imagine that. He's just dead. Right? Instead of me having to put a shot at him, which I fucking missed anyway, because I'm awful. This is wrong. He should be here until it's safe, although it is safe because they're doing whatever this is. And then we have a misplay here for some reason. You have two options with these guys, which I'll discuss as we keep going. Okay, another misplay. Why the fuck are we chasing mediums like this? They're gonna get out, get into the fight as quickly as possible. So what I'd like to see, and I don't remember if Flog does this, I'd like to see him drive in like this and come through. Same with Sologa. Sologa better not go like, he should just come right the fuck in like this. Let's see what they do. And of course, Log fucking, oh, nice. Oh, Log stops, Sologa stops, and they're slow. Do you see how slow that is? It's only like 5 or 6 seconds, but it's slow. Meanwhile, they pushed up and over onto our heavies. I don't really know how that was allowed to happen. Well, I do kind of, because these two were out of the fight, which means they're not getting shots, because if they were in, they'd probably get shots. But the 277s could have either played rock, like split, gone one here, or pushed over. As they come over, you both 277s, because they saw them coming up here, like where my mouse is. As they're coming up, you can both rotate over here, and as they come up, just dive into here. You know your KPZ and Chieftain are coming. So like that, I don't know. And I think all they did was sit here and then press S. Like, of course you're going to die. It's a 3v2. We're guaranteed to win, by the way. This play that these retard enemies made, it doesn't win them the game. It just gets them 2 kills. Like, we are guaranteed to win this. You can see I'm just going to wait. We know we're going to pick the 2 guys in the south. It's fine. We've got a full bat that's, like, fully clipped. It's fine. We know we're going to win. We're going to wait for our Chief. What were you doing? I don't know what that... Just come in, man. This sightseeing that we do, it's not pubs. It matters, and it will matter against good clans. It will really fucking matter against good clans. And I've never heard of Ripped. They're probably ass. And we just don't want to lock here as soon as they fire. Okay, we get a shot in, and let's go and finish it off, right? Okay. Super fucking sloppy. This is super... And the reason it's sloppy is because people don't really understand what they're doing, which, that's fine. It's the first night. But we got to clean that shit up. Like, if you're a Chieftain fucking chasing a CS, at some point you need to understand, like, he's gonna get away, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's fine. You've chased him off the spot that we wanted him off of, but get in the fucking fight. Take a straight line into where you need to go next. Don't go sightseeing. Okay, I just finished flipping my chicken, so I'm in a better mood. Okay, and it's super fucking easy map, especially from the north, because the cap is on the west side, and you spawn west of them, so they have to cross to get into cap. Which means, why not every single time? Set up 6 of your tanks to bleed this cross and put 1 out wide. If they want to play wide, you can mirror into them and outplay them. Or you can go into city and set up for a cap play. And if they cross, then you should get 3,000 damage free every time. So, you're going to see... Troll is going to go spot, and never shoot the first guy. So you see, I don't. 2 people. I don't even know what people were aiming at, but I missed 2, so I suck. Anyway, don't aim at the first guy. Aim at the second or third. And then this game is so weird because everyone doesn't understand ENSC, so they just all sit on my ass, and it fucking aggravates me. Once we have the middle, and 7 of them are lit, the Batchat can come out and start clipping this with myself and this ST2. Everyone west of here, right, to the left of here, I guess that's east actually, it's east. Everyone to the left of this I-7 and Leopard, including them, are dead, right? Because their Batchat comes, they can't cross without 2 guns looking at them. We've isolated them, which is good. That's what we're always trying to do. Everyone else should be setting up in city. We can get a guy coming out and playing here. We can get a guy over here, over here, over here. You want to play super defensive. You're not going in because half of our team's not there and their whole team is crossed. But we want to play super defensive, and we just kind of sit here for way too long. And I actually remember thinking, like, oh my fucking god, what am I going to say? Because, like, no one understands. So, whatever. Like, why is the 277 behind me? Really, I don't even need to be here, but the only reason I'm here is because I know this guy's a pick, but we don't need 4 guys to pick him. And actually, like, Laker, like, just trolls here a little bit. I'm not sure what he was doing, but we discussed that. Like, that's just an offside, fuck you play. What is this and this? Get ready for city. We can even re-push into the 4-5-2K. Like you see me pinging. We don't have to. But we can. Also, Laker was fucking bitching like a little baby that he can't kill this IS-7. Dog, like, you're a 2-shot. You should every time kill that IS-7. Okay, we're gonna make the push play here. I actually don't mind this. VZ troll. Oh my god, I did it again. VZ is going too wide. What are you doing flanking? Flanking's a good idea. Broken. I mean, he's not too far up, but flanking's a good idea when you're not taking a brawl. We're taking a brawl. Just go kill them. Thankfully, they're bad, and for some reason they had their 4-5-2K 100 meters ahead of any other their tanks, and they died. You can't do that. You can't just have heavies meandering out in front of other tanks on their team when you don't know exactly where the enemy team is. Otherwise, like this, like 4 heavy tanks will just pop up on you if they're not retarded. And we were retarded, and we still did that. So, you know, it is what it is, I suppose. On to the next. Okay, in this game, we're not as fast as you might think we are here, but we're still going to look for a north brawl, okay? So I generally like sending 1 or 2 tanks A1, and then more depending on what I see, okay? So if the 1-2-1 pops up here and sees 3 tanks crossing, I'm definitely sending like 2 or 3 more in. Also, one guy should like at least be here. You don't need everyone there. But it's not going to be that. It's 2 tanks and then 1 tank. The 1-2-1 doesn't need to be poking. Like, he can just leave already. Like, what's he gonna... He's gonna get turret penned. There's just no point. Just let the I-7 play here. And... see, I bet he's gonna get penned here, yeah? There's no point. Go back and rejoin the... Instantly re-push this! And how nice would it be if he was already here, right? Instantly, with everything, re-put... Look, 1 tank out of the fight, 2 tanks out of the fight. They want to cross in, they lose time, they're already on top of them. Alright? And look how, like, I'm pinging it, and only... Let's count. That was at least 2 seconds. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10! 10 seconds later, they're, like, grouping up and going. Now, maybe I actually didn't say it, but I'm pretty sure I did, because it's, like, just the most obvious fucking push ever. No, you know what it was? They were waiting for him to come back a little bit, I think. Like, just go. And, 1 person should stay back, always. You can't all push this. 1 person should stay back here. It should probably actually be Laker. Yeah, and then they need to realize that these guys are pushing into their ass and to keep going down, but we need 1 guy high. Oh, Broken takes so much unnecessarily there. That looks like it may have been a lack of awareness issue. Okay, I should see the 277 turning around already. This I-7 I'm gonna beat. He's a fucking idiot. 277 stayed there too long. I don't know how the fuck the VZ lives nicely there, but now they're on top of us again, which is not great. But the only reason we win this, by the way, is because I win this I-7 1v1. If they're allowed to just sit on top, why is Laker not coming around like this instantly? Like, why are we just looking at on top? Come on, is retarded. I get the kill. Like, come on, come this way, man. And I'm not calling this in the game because, like, I'm fucking face-hugging an IS-7 and macroing. Like, imagine if this 121B was over here right now. Not only does he, because first of all, he's not getting shots anyway. They can't re-push into this. We all know that. Maybe I live if he's here. Because this guy bounces me, I think. Yeah. Fucking idiot. And Laker even takes a shot. There's just no need for him to be there, but I'm sure he will fucking look at this video and then be like, oh yeah, wow, I'm a retard for not doing exactly that. And we end up winning, but it's so close when it never should have been, right? This IS-7 is first a free pick until we see the 4 tanks, and we have fucking 6. And then these 4 tanks are the pick, and it's free. Right? My job here in the I-7, my job, by the way, isn't even to take the IS-7 1v1. My job is to just survive, because if we have the huge overmatch here, they either have to push me with 1 or 2, like hope their I-7 1v1s me, which he never will, or they need to cross someone else in, or they cross these 2 in and hope their I-7 1v1s me. But again, if I'm just living, then these guys always have the threat as they come in that someone's going to be behind them. So they played it awfully, and we just didn't play it well either. Okay, this is an RKT game. Got them a lot. We have a pretty good comp for this. Sometimes I like doing a cat bait strat when we're a little heavier, sorry. But, and I don't remember what I call him. Yeah, it looks like I call East. I want to take East with my meds and EBR. We're so fast that that's the best play, I think. And, you're going to see me get, like, surprised by these 2 907s. Like, what the fuck? But okay. So now the call, which has just changed from let's just light take East, is just kill these 2 907s with our 909s. There's some fucking Anakin driving for you. Okay, so 907s go. Okay, that's a little thing Saloga did there, but it's fucking costing him shots, okay? Look at this. Why would you drive like this and then up and then down when you could just drive straight across and save time? Because now this guy might be at a house before he gets here. That's like 3 seconds. And again, it's not mattering because these guys suck, but it will matter. So we want to try to kill these 9-0s, but they're going to get out, okay? So you're going to see, why do we have the 113 here? It's 2 reasons. 1, so they can't push down the 1 line, and 2, because he gets resets if they want to sit back here. So what is our play? We win this. We actually have map control. So it looks like the map is split 50-50, but we actually control almost the entire map. And how? Because by controlling out east, we can get our EBR down south. These guys have to either sit in here and hide or fucking leave. After we're south, we can rotate a guy onto this ridge, like this one over here, overlooking cap. And then we can get our guys in C5 to do something. 1 should always stay back on the hill to snipe, and I think that's actually, they don't. But 2 can come down, either like this, or push all the way through into this. But preferably, it should be like the ST2 who starts here and then pushes like this as the EBR comes south. Does everyone see that? So as the EBR takes south, that means that where their IS-4 is on the other side, on our side of the hill, anyone playing this side now can't be pressured because they don't have south, because your EBR is in the south. So ST2 can come up to here, look for a shot on cap, and then drive across into there. It's very, very safe. He can't get shot by the guys on cap. 907 can either do the same thing or hold here. Doesn't really matter. We don't need any of the mediums going south because we've got the EBR. Okay? And what does the EBR do? It does 2 things. 1, it makes sure that these mediums can play here completely safe. And 2, it just flushes out anyone in here, right? The EBR doesn't have great DPM, but I'm very, very content for 2 minutes just sitting and farming this guy and just bleeding their HP. You say, okay, well, what about the cap? Well, with the guy here and 2 guys rotating down here, it's just, and with this 113, it's just resets based on what you have to. You might have to trade. Like if Wheezy comes down, you might trade 1 for 1, but we're in such an advantageous position that getting a reset every minute for a 1-to-1 trade is great for us. Okay? So you're going to see me start pinging ICM, and I'm already taking south. Look, this is not dangerous. I know I'm not going to get lit by these 9-0s, and I know they can't just come south into me because of my 2 mediums. So I can go south immediately. And look how much bleed they're going to take from our guy's hill. Oh, and by the way, the 113 or whoever's playing A1, he just needs to come in when he thinks he needs to come in. Like, that should never be called. He just needs to understand, okay, we're collapsing. I need to start coming in. So already he should be moving up, and he is moving up. And you can see those 9-0s are idiots. Our ST62. Big misplay, like everyone went here though. One person needs to stay high, because it also helps the 113. And we don't need these super resets right now. I remember yelling, like, guys, just play safe. Like, everyone should be able to see we should win this game 7-0. I don't know if we do. We should. There is nothing the enemy can do right now except push into these guys, which is their play, by the way. They will never win this game, but that is how they'd get 2 or 3 kills, push into those guys. That's why it'd be nice to have someone up here, and then we don't need to be super far in. We could just play the outside. It's like, you need to recognize these heavies, and V4 need to recognize the EBR has resets along with the 113 and the 2 mediums out here. Look how much damage that... Oh, nice bleed on that can opener. But look at his position. They can't re-push me. What happens if they send a tank down south? All we do is everyone just files in west, comes and just fucks this guy and looks south. There's nothing they can do here. This was lost 2 minutes ago for them, and I'm hoping everyone can see that and see why. Like, there's just nothing they can do. And the 113's coming in nicely, actually. I think he could have been high. He does not need to be here. He should have been D1 high, because here he's a pick. Possibly. Like, again, we're still going to win. Guaranteed going to win. But he is the pick there. And I wonder if he does get picked. No, he's just so healthy. And you can see it's just over. There's just nothing they can do. Like, if you get map control on Redshire, you're going to win. As long as you're in a position where you can't be super pushed, right? So if we had map control, but we had 2 mediums down here and then the 3 heavies here and no one up here, well, that's not really great, because then they could just push 5 off cap and over peak and kill the 3. So you need to have map control, but where everyone has angles to cover each other. You need to be thinking about that a lot. So that was not perfectly executed by us by any means, but hopefully you can see, like, they just lose based on what they did there. And I'm going to keep talking here as I load the next replay up. But they just lost because, well, they didn't play the game. They didn't have... They just drove without a fucking thought in their mind. Okay, we're on El Haloof with an EBR. We're going to do a similar opening, although we're slower. But with the EBR, we should be able to do some pretty fancy stuff, because I can go super deep super early. If they're also running an EBR, then we both force each other off. But if they're not, I'm going to just get in their backline and spot them all super fucking quickly, right? And we see... I was not expecting this, to be honest, so I think I actually take a shot here. No, he misses. He misses too, but, like, Mousy 100, ooh, okay. So what's our play? You can see me pinging B2. Why is that? Because I know, as the caller, my tanks are all relatively the same speed. We're going to take A1. They have 3 super slow tanks. If anything shows up at B2, we should be able to kill it before their Mouse E100 or Minnow can even get a shot. Or do we all see that? Like, as a caller and as a player, everyone should recognize that's what we should be doing here, right? 3 tanks. Look how slow these 2 are, and we're already up. If they have anyone here early, like a medium, a CS, or a 277, kill it instantly. Let's see what we do. Oh my goodness, they have a TVP in A1. That we must end the we must see how this is a free pick. Free picks. They've donated 2 tanks, and I'm honestly in the EBR fine with taking the shot there, because the mouse is stopping. Like, he's an idiot. Like, this guy's an idiot. And we're a little slow with V4 may not have been turboed. That's a bit of a problem, but 907, okay. These guys need to not be on the corner. They need to be rushing in. Get your HP in the fight. Who the fuck is that? Saloga and someone else. Get your HP and don't snipe, because you have an ST2 on 108 hit points. Wouldn't it be nice if you were right up in this Tron's face shooting him? And they come in now, but because I had to call it. Don't, like, I'm pinging. B2. I shouldn't have to call that. You should know to go in every time. HP's even, but it's all on the mouse. It doesn't matter. And look at this idiot mouse just letting me kite him. What an idiot. And Troll goes down, and so does Broken. And they came in, but was it fast enough? And this is just you can see how they just collapse. But the takeaway you should have here is, if you have some sort of vision like that and they're super slow and heavy, you know you can take an early fight. You know you can get a pick early. Like, why would you ever stick a TVP in A1 with 3 super heavies coming up? Like, huh? Surely everyone can see how that's retarded. And it might not seem retarded until you actually think about it. But as soon as you think about it, it's like, oh yeah, like, he just instantly... He doesn't ever get out, too, because all of our tanks are here. Right, and pushing here. Like, if he tries to run, he just gets evaporated, and these 2 guys can chase him in. It's just awful. All right, let's go on to the next. Okay, I'm paused here as we start the game. Little unorthodox is this play because I've told my whole team to come here and pre-aim anything they have, and that's because we have an EBR, right? Just kind of like the Elhoof, if they have an EBR, we both back each other off. I trust my team to hit their shots. In a perfect world where both teams are good, both EBRs would blow up, but it's 1-for-1. Not ideal, but not awful. And if they don't have an EBR, you just spot them all, and they take 1 trillion damage. So let's see how that works out here. And 2 mediums out wide, and we get some nice bleed. This is an idiot play by them, and more bleed, so this should be instantly 1. And you can see now our plays instantly, you just go take cap, force them into. All right, the EBR plays on the offside, instantly force them into. Oh, okay, and here's like a little thing. I know I'm lit. I don't care about these guys. I need to use the, you saw I used the houses there and only take 1 when I should have taken like 4. Okay, now I know we win this, but I remember taking a lot more damage than we needed to. So I'd like to see how this happens. We know that these Wheezies are coming through this alleyway, right? So what I'd like is I'd like to see probably everybody on this side, like hugging this. Normally they hug this side, so that's what they're used to. I'd like to see everyone hugging this side, and then like the Blisk and maybe someone else push to here. So what that looks on the mini map is, look at my thing. Instead of capping here where they're probably going to, maybe the V4 can sit right here or back off to here looking through this angle. The 3 tanks capping should sit on this wall, and then the Blisk and someone else can come to here. Because they're going to come from the north. They're not coming from the south, right? You want to be on the wall closest to them. That's counterintuitive, but the wall closest to them means they have to peek at a 90-degree angle. So let's see what we actually do here, because I called it. But again, this is, it's kind of fast to be pinging, especially when I can't see everybody, because I'm playing my own game, every position. Okay. Yeah, see, I don't like this. The 113 should be on cap with probably the 907 with the Blisk offside, right? Because they have shots on these guys, and these guys are shooting cap. Like, let these guys shoot the 3 on cap, but they trade, and you've got a Blisk 907, right? We know they're coming in from the north, so the 113 and V4 are the picks for them. We also have an EBR, so we're light. So the 113 should be on cap, and the V4 should be back slightly. If they want to push the V4, that's fine, but he should be a little more back. Okay? So that seems, so we figured out what the problem was. Awesome. Yeah, everybody on cap's trolling. We're super trolling on cap. Like, why would you not be against this wall? Right? Surely we can all see now that if you're right where Bo is, on this wall, you're trading with the Maus and Panzer 7, but if the Blisk, and imagine the 9-0, who'd be full health, by the way, was here, trading into the, not even trading, just fucking these 2 in the side. Like, we just take that trade all day, and then what are they gonna do? They're gonna come peek like this into your 3 guns with a V4 on their side. They push the V4. As soon as 3 tanks push the V4, everyone on cap instantly just drives into whatever is over here. So hopefully we can all see that. It's like really fucking easy. And yeah, we win. It gets dicey. It does get dicey. E5 needs to be going in. I think Troll should have stayed on the left outside there. He definitely should have, but that's minor. And it's going to be a win, but not clean. And I know why. It's because we played the cap strat before, and everyone was used to going on the other wall. But fucking use your brain. It's not the same game. You don't do this. You react to what you see and what info you have. So, and I remember people were asking, like, what the hell? Why didn't that work as well as we thought it would? And we've just figured out why. Because people were not playing the correct spots. They were playing the spots for when the enemy would repush from the southeast, not the northeast. Okay, we're on Cliffs. Cliff is a great map for brawling and being smart. We have an awful comp. Look how fast some of our tanks are and then how slow a lot of our tanks are. So we don't really have a choice. Something as slow as the 60 kind of has to play over here in like the G5 area. You're going to see me and the CS looking to take hill, and everyone else is going to go up the 1-2 line. Now, what are we looking to do? It's pretty simple. If they're super playing mid, we look to bleed them, especially if they're going up the hill. If they're playing 1-2, we brawl them 1-2, and the CS just instantly comes in through the F line. 60 TP either comes in if it's a 77, or if they have another tank out, he can take up to the ramp. Really easy strat. This comes down to player skill and playing together and focusing shit. Alright? So, you really just can't go wrong with Cliff. Like, it's really huge skill check. Okay, this is easy. We're not gonna over push this guy, and that's exactly why. So that's why I did not over push him. But it's now free because this 277 has let, and you'll notice I took the hill only when 2 of them had fired. I don't mind taking 1 shot. It's over for them. It's really bad. Why? Because once we stabilize here, we can eventually kill the west, but I don't even think we also have hill. It's just like bad for them. It's just really bad for them. Our 60 TP is unpushable. Really, all we need to do in this... Good shot by our 60. All we need to do in this situation, we don't even need to bleed this guy. Although, why can we? We can bleed this guy because they're all idiots, and their only guy who has shots is this guy. They don't have anyone here. Like, and so why is he here? It's just strange. To be honest, if a guy was here, it wouldn't matter just because their whole strat's fucked. But, like, he's just ISO'd. It means all 3 of these can overpeak. That's something else we're not doing well. We don't understand that... We don't care if we take 2 shots divided among 3 tanks for 3 tanks to overpeak and like basically insta-explode that 277. Like he should be dead. Okay, we're overpeaking with 1, 2, but we're pushing 2. Okay, we can push. I probably called that. I actually don't mind it. I don't mind it. I like it. I do like it because they're super far out. And the 60's coming in. Good play by Broken to come in. I think I called him in, but he was already starting to move. And you can see... What is the tank to kill? It's not these 2. It's absolutely we need to get this chieftain out. And I was yelling and you see our 60 look. And I think everyone starts looking. And we actually get some nice shots. Yeah, even the scent shoots and it's just bam. And that's guaranteeing the win right there. I get the ram. Who cares about the TVP? Let him clip out a 4.52. It's the worst tank in the game. And we can just sit on cap here. We're now looking to just not bleed. Let our 60... Although Broken, what are you doing? Could just go into this E5 so no one else dies. Same with Saloga. Like, get your 4.52 staying alive, but you can see how it's over. Because you can't split like that by the enemy. And if you are splitting, like, you certainly can't just commit a 277 there. What they had to do was probably keep 1 back here and then play into cap, because then we have to recross eventually or do something west, and it's harder. But who the fuck knows what they were thinking there? Well, they probably were. Anyway, let's go next. Alright, let's talk about Himmels. What do I like doing on Himmels that I don't think you should run if you're not really familiar with all the angles? Take hill, take courtyard, hold 3 line / 2 line, play off of that. So you're gonna see we're gonna stick 2 mediums on the hill, and we're gonna look to light take courtyard and 8 line. It's very simple to do. You make sure nothing's 8. You take through courtyard. You establish a guy here. You can establish a guy on the K line late. And then you pick anything in C3 by rushing through D line like this and your meds coming through. Now, I think if I remember correctly, this is done very poorly by us. But so you can see the pathing, how it's going to be done. This is actually safe for me because we already have a lot of vision. So I'm instantly going to get... Good shot, whoever that was, honestly. You can see me pinging the meds to already come. And they're gonna do this weird triple cap play. And the funny thing is, because they play this so poorly, it actually results in them getting more kills. Like 3 on, like what is that? 3 on fucking 4 on cap, jeez. And you can see our 50B rotating to the KA line. I really like that. I didn't tell Trollo that. I like that. I think he blows up, which is a misplay. He shouldn't blow up, but I do like him going there. I think it just provides us so many nice angles. And then we randomly spot a T62A over there, so it's like, okay, go kill him. Yeah. Oh, God. What? Okay. We don't need Saloga going in. Saloga... Do you see how I'm here? Wouldn't it be nice, Saloga, if you were with me and we could come to here? So I didn't even realize that in the moment because I was starting to drive, but the fire on the I-7's a little sad, but Saloga shouldn't be there. The I-7's fine. Troll blew up. We can see that misplay, but he knows. Great position. He just peeked out a little too far, I guess. That's dumb. I love this play. I'm not sure if I called it. I love Broken going in here. You know what I'd love even more? If Saloga drove too. Anything? I think you're going to see me drive in here any second. Yeah, I want to get away from this angle, and our 121B is just surviving. You can see how sloppy this is, right? Like, if we had the 113 here too, we insta-kill this. Our mediums hold. If they didn't have the 50B, the mediums would not. If they do have the 50B, we just ignore it and let our medium die, and he does so well. This isn't a great example, but you can kind of see how Himmels is really about the angles. I really love how the 60 played that. And I think that's it on the video here, so hopefully that helped some people, and we'll probably do another one here shortly.